Let's talk seedling recognition. Something that I feel, as a gardener, to the scale that I undertake it, the entire backside of the house is a huge garden as well, and we're converting this area up here. Something that I feel is basically required at this scale is seedling recognition. Now, I'm not saying you have to know what every single plant is at this size, or this size. I'm just saying that you need to know whether you want it or not at that size before it gets to this size. So you'll notice that is a lot more soil disturbance and a lot more difficulty to get out. Same with this. Didn't even get it. This. And this. Those are big. This here is the same plant, whoops, as this one. No, I don't want clover growing here. It gets too tall, I don't want to mow. I'll treat it with nitrogen myself. So, this is another thing that makes it, see there, that one came out great. Makes it feasible for a single person by myself to undertake a garden of this size. It's that I'm completely obsessed with weeding. I can hardly walk through my garden without yanking something. So most of these here, this section, are unwanteds, which is not giving me much opportunity to show you the difference, but we can. Here's a section where I have one desired plant. That, right there, is a violet. This is a snowdrop, so we're leaving that. This is a crocus. This is the ground ivy. This is plantain. I don't want that. I could have that, but I'd rather not. This, I don't know what it is, but I know that it's not a wanted plant. So here's a violet. Here's the next stage up of a violet. These are two examples of the next stage up. Now, of course, this is a full-grown violet, but in case you didn't know, this is what we're looking at the baby form of. And surrounding that violet, there's quite a few different seedlings that are violet. Here's one. Here's 4 or so. But in this cluster, this one is not. Neither is this. It's really hard to make sure I'm in frame and actually pick at that detail while leaning. So let's see if we can do the same thing here. This is a violet. That's a violet. This is not. Now, it does help to get at least some of the root, but at that size, it matters less. Unless it's these little evil guys, which are those chives from earlier, which never die unless you put them in the oven. This is a relatively mature but strangely rooted violet with a baby underneath that is not a violet. It is one of those clover-leafed things, which might be a vetch, might be not a vetch. I don't know. I'm just trying to get the rest of the root of that. So these little guys would be better to get them sooner, or maybe on a wetter day. This is a violet. That's not. You get the idea, huh? So, I guess the fact that I'm completely fascinated and obsessed with this means that I can keep up with this much garden. All of that over there probably just needs a hoeing. So there's a great big green swath here that literally seems to be only English plantain seeds, and that's annoying. I'm not a fan. So I might just hoe through that. But when I'm really trying to be selective about what's growing and what's not, this is the level of detail that I need to go at it with. And this is a skill set of recognizing wanted versus unwanted. Teeny tiny seedlings. None of these are wanted. I have small hands too. Not tiny, but small. But that's a violet. On either side of it are plantain seedlings. These are the, that's a plantain seedling. Let's get that to focus. That's a plantain seedling. And it's not coming out. So that's the other frustration, is a lot of times you can go through and pull it, you're still going to have to come back again. And that's just annoying, honestly. But it's part of the process. So yeah, that's what I'm up to today, and since there was a real good example and I was sat down on the ground looking at it anyway, I just figured I'd let you take a look too. Good luck in your garden. It is currently April 24th of 2019. Bye.